What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It's Brando Linick here coming to you from my home office, and you're asking how to become an English teacher abroad. I want to set the precedence in this video because I actually have a really close friend of mine, a business associate of mine, who did do this in their past. They did this because they had a passion for traveling, and I'll touch base on their story in a second, but I want to set the precedence in the video by saying if you're looking at this really because you want to build an income and travel at the same time, there's some concepts and principles you really got to keep in mind with becoming a teacher in another country. If you're in the United States and you're watching this, or in Canada watching this, the fact of the matter is what happened to my close friend. I'm going to share with you their story. And there's different ways you can approach it, of course. You could do like freelance teaching where you're teaching through the internet and you're teaching through freelancing sites like Fiverr, Odesk, all that stuff, but that's a little bit different for another video. What happened to my friend was they weren't, a classified teacher. They hadn't gone to college. They didn't go through the ELS system. They didn't do any of that stuff. They were just someone who knew English, and what they did was they traveled to China. Alright, so they traveled to another country. They went to China and they taught English there for, I think it was just over a year and a half. So they spent about 16 months there teaching English, and they did so, okay, with some of their expenses being paid, okay, so they had transportation expenses being paid, and they also had to pay rent though. Alright, that was the one thing they had to pay, which was $1,200 a month rent, and they were only getting paid $1,500 a month. So they had very little money left, and that's the thing you got to keep in mind when it comes to teaching English abroad, is the conversion ratio and how much you get paid. It's going to be diminished, alright, depending on the country that you're in. So that's just something you got to keep in mind, which is why when it comes to this, yes, you can do what my friend did, and you can just move to another country and start teaching English. You can do it, okay, depending if there's open positions there. But before you head down that path, I'd strongly encourage you, if you're wanting to build an income and you're wanting to travel at the same time, I've got a lead on to throw your way, and this can save you a lot of that blood, sweat, and tears where you're making pennies and not dollars. And the lead I'm going to throw your way is what happened to me going back just over this last year when I came across a person who is making a multiple six-figure income, not much older than I, and they're doing so traveling around the world. And they're doing so without time being an issue, without money being an issue, and because they're doing this on the internet with their laptop, I began to model and copy them. And in less than 3 months, it was like 90 days, give or take, after that. I'm not the best with dates, but after that point, I was able to create for myself a full-time income business, working part-time, working very strategically, like a dog chewing on a bone. And those results aren't typical. They're not average. I'm not going to promise you or guarantee you the same results, but I will tell you this. If you want to travel and build a business and an income, or just build an income so you can travel at the same time, learn to leverage technology. Learn to leverage the internet. It's the best, most profitable tool you could use. And even though what this person was doing, who I modeled, is not working a job, they weren't working a job or teaching English online, the cool part is the more work that they wanted to put in whenever they wanted to work, the more that they were making. So it was very lucrative for me. And again, not average or typical results, but because there's so much noise out there, I would strongly encourage you, if you are wanting to do this, to build an income, to travel, to spend more time with your family, do the things that you want to do when you want to do it, learn to build an income online and model and copy someone who's already doing it, because walking down the path yourself, it's going to result in a lot of frustration and overwhelm, and it can save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears if you just find someone, you latch onto them, lock arms, and you just run with it, okay? And literally just run with it, go with it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that makes sense. If you've got questions, comment below. If you'd like to learn more information about building income and business online from home, to travel more, spend more time with your family, do the things that you want to do, whatever that passion is, then connect with me on my site. Check it out. Grab your training. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description below. I will personally connect with you there. And aside from that, appreciate your time, and I will see you on the beach of the world. Take care.